So here I am on the way home, and look how beautiful these mountains look in the morning. It's a very cold and frosty mountain, a few thousand feet up, but down here it's raining, but it just looks amazing when it's like this. I always think the kind of Glencoe area and all the big mountains just look fantastic in this way. So very successful disco last night, played an extra 2 hours, so didn't get into my bed till about 3:30 last night. I was up this morning at 8:30, so another very tiring weekend for me, and I've got a gig to do this afternoon in Edinburgh at 5 o'clock for Zoe's 14th birthday party. So a DJ's life is not an easy one. It's certainly a sleepless one from time to time, but I'm so used to it. I've done it for that long that having a few hours sleep a day is very much the norm for me. I can relax on Monday and have a long lie then. So it's all good. Very successful wedding last night for Ricky and Sharon. Such a lovely couple. Very, very laid back. Very busy disco. Played an extra 2 hours because it was going really well and we didn't want to stop. So that was good, and I stayed in a lovely bed and breakfast last night that Ricky arranged for me, which was fantastic. And its owner Leslie was a fantastic host. Got a lovely breakfast this morning, so I'm fueled up and I'm off on my travels already. So I'll let you have a look at the beautiful views now as I'm driving along this road, back down to Renfrew, then across to Bathgate, and then across to Dalkeith. So quite a long journey. It'll be about, I think, a 5-hour drive today, all in, and then the same about an hour and a half back. So quite a long day for me, but at least tonight I'd finish at 8 o'clock, so it's not going to be too late. Relieved that it's raining today, because when I was at Dornie Hall last night it was very frosty and I was like, oh dear, frozen roads going up over the top of the hills. It's going to be even colder up there, and I thought that's not good news for me. I want to be driving at a reasonable speed so I can get home early-ish. I've got jobs to do, but I've left plenty of time. I've got an extra hour and a half, so even if I do get late in traffic and stuff, I still should make my gig without any problems at all. It's just so beautiful here, it really is. It's fantastic. If you're watching this and you ever fancy coming to a disco, just give me a shout. If you want to experience what it's like, life on the road, and if you want to be my roadie for the day, come and see a bit of Scotland, give me a phone and tell me you want to come for a hurl, and you're more than welcome. It's certainly it's quite an interesting life, I would say. I have. I like the fact that I get to go to all these different places and meet really nice people like Ricky, Leslie and Sharon yesterday, and all their guests at the wedding. It is fun, and if you like the scenery, like what I do, then I just find driving an absolute pleasure in Scotland. Life really couldn't get much better than this, I would say. go around this corner, you'll get a view of this lovely river that's just down the left hand side. You might not, my camera's a bit on the low side, you might just see it on the left here. You just see the very top of it. It's like a beautiful white waterfall with the water gushing down the hill. So I looked at it yesterday when I came up and I thought, on my way back, I wonder if the camera will pick it up. Maybe I have to move my camera position up to about head height. That way you'll get a better view of some of the stuff that I can see. Say it was really nice to get my Yamaha sound system back from the shop the other day, because one of my speakers developed a fault and I had to go and get it repaired, which very luckily Yamaha repaired under warranty. It's one of the reasons I buy Yamaha stuff, 7-year warranty on it, and it's the first time I've had anything replaced in it, and I've bought these now for over 2 years, and I've got 3 different pairs of Yamaha speakers, soon to be 4. And Ricky plays in a band, so of course he likes sound as well, and when he walked into the room yesterday, he's like, wow, he says, now that's what I call a sound. And all the lighting and everything, it just makes such a difference. I can tell you this till I'm blue in the face, but once you've experienced it, you'll know what I mean. And even the lady at my bed and breakfast this morning, she was at the disco last night. I think the whole village was there. Even she said to me, your lights and your sound was absolutely fantastic. So, you know, it's nice when just normal kind of people notice a difference. And I always remember a gig I did in Glasgow. There was a lady who was thinking about booking me to do her, I think it was her 60th birthday party. And I was going on about, you know, how important lighting was and how important the sound was, and she was like, well, I'm not really convinced, but she hired me anyway. And I did this disco in this venue, I think it was a tennis club somewhere just off the main road out to the Barton. His name eludes me at the moment. And at the end of the gig, she was like, God, you were so right. She said all my guests commented on how lovely the room looked, all lit up, and it was beautiful. And her review is still on my Facebook page somewhere. And she actually mentions in her review that the lighting made such a difference. So another convert, as I would call it. I was starting to gain a bit of altitude now, and that's now turning to snow. Don't just have rain anymore. Luckily it's just sleet at the moment, but hopefully when I climb a bit further it doesn't get any worse, because I really don't want to be driving in snow. Although it looks very pretty. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera. It's not too obvious at the moment because it's quite light. It must be getting a bit colder up here. If you ever want to stay in a lovely bed and breakfast in the Dornie area, I would definitely recommend that you go to Salty Towers. It's a very good name. It reminds me, of course, of the very famous TV series Fawlty Towers, which was one of my all-time favourite things to watch. I think I've watched every episode. I've got it all on DVD now. But Leslie, the lady that owns it, her husband's a sailor, and thus the name Salty Towers. She was telling me all about it, and I have to say my room was spotlessly clean, separate private bathroom, my breakfast in the morning was lovely, and Leslie's like, oh, you know, do make yourself a sandwich and take some cheese and stuff away with you. To be honest, I was so full after 6 slices of toast and a full breakfast, I was like, I'll not be eating for a few hours yet. So I took a banana, and that was it. But lovely comfortable bed, nice and quiet, just perfection. And the thing I always say, I think I alluded to this on my videos yesterday, when you deal with a small local person rather than a big hotel chain, it's a far more friendly, more personal service. And I think if you're visiting Scotland, don't go down the Hilton Marriott route, go down the route of staying somewhere local. I think Leslie said she charges £50 for a single room, and I think 75, I think she said, for a double room over the summer. And you'll have a great night's stay there, and you'll really enjoy it. Just a lovely, lovely lady in a lovely house, and you couldn't ever complain about it. So that would be my recommendation. It's certainly what I do when I'm looking for accommodation. I always stay in little places rather than big places. And here we are passing the place that I passed yesterday that I've always fancied going to stop off in. And there's great food, not good food, just great food. It'll have to be another time, because unfortunately today I don't have time to stop. Down the loch from this end. This is a big reservoir with a dam that's just off to my right that you can't really see in at the moment. I think with the weather being the way it is at the moment, there'll be probably a bit more of a risk of deer at lower levels. You keep a good eye out for them. Quite funny, yesterday actually seeing 6 stags at the side of the road. I did catch a very fleeting video of it, but it wasn't my finest bit of photography. But nice to see. Let this run for about another minute or so, and then I'll need to cut it off, because I think YouTube's restriction is something like 15-minute videos, and it takes a long time to upload them. I recorded so many yesterday. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't record any of my disco last night in full flow. I was so busy I totally forgot to do it, and I was really enjoying myself, mixing all the dance tunes at the later part of the last couple of hours was predominantly dance music, but I did play a few requests like Little Eva Locomotion, and I did a few other 50s and 60s numbers. So it was a huge variety of music for all ages and tastes, and I took loads and loads of requests. So it's good, and I like to play requests. I think you're there to entertain people. It's not what I want in the way of music, it's what you want in the way of music that counts. So that's very much my belief. It always has been. I don't understand DJs that say, oh, I only play this style of music, and well, if you don't like it, you can lump it. I mean, it's not exactly a way to get more bookings, is it? You want to go away with your customers absolutely delighted and saying, oh yeah, what a fantastic night, and everyone was saying, yeah, we asked for requests and it got played. I think every request that was asked for yesterday I did play, so that's good. Right, well, I'm going to disappear off for another wee while until I find another particularly beautiful park to show you, and I'll be back with you soon, so watch out for the next video coming soon.